We are live. Hello, everybody on the chat. Thank you for being here. Hello, Maree. Hello, Jazzy. How's Jazzy
Oh,
doing? How are you doing, Maree?
I'm great. Hi, Lisa. Hi, everyone. It's so nice to be back again into our nice routine of twice a week. Jazzy's freezing. I have to get him a little beanie. I was thinking I'm going to get a little baby's bonnet, I think, but like dress it up because it's getting cold here. And of course, his head gets really chilly.
Oh, okay.
So,
So it's
yeah,
the
we're going
opposite
into
of here.
winter. Yeah, yeah. So it's still beautiful. What we call cold is nothing compared to what you guys go through. But it's still chilly. So yeah. So I was just thinking, right, I've got to go Jazzy hat shopping. So, but yeah, I know. But he's good. Yeah. So,
Yeah, that's wonderful.
so what about you? Anything exciting happening? Oh, you had your trip and you're back and you settled in. So, what else is happening?
Let's see what's new on this side of town. Well, nothing much. I've been working on what you told me to do, which I think some people need to know is I have been leaving some of my money in the bank, thinking that everything's going to be okay, and just trusting that they're just going to switch it from bad money to good money.
Mm.
But I really trust what you how your intuition. So I've been working on moving some of that money into silver,
Yep.
and researching what I need to do. I already got all that I needed, so tomorrow I'll be doing that. So just uh, working on getting out of the banking system.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I think that's what it is, and there's no big deal. Like with something that's solid, like silver or gold, I personally feel that if it comes to it, then you just, if you want to, and the system changes or you feel comfortable with the banks, you can put it back in. It's no big deal. It's not like you're going to lose your value. In fact, they're saying it will be going up. So
Yeah.
it's just that peace of mind, and it's the system. It's like, do we want to be in that system?
Yeah, exactly.
So
Exactly. Yeah.
yeah, well done. That's great. And
Yeah.
it's not a fear thing. It's not going, oh, I'm going to lose everything. It's like, hang on a minute. Where do I want my energy with my value to be?
Yes, and that's what I was getting today. I was getting
Yeah.
like, well, you're supporting the system if
Yep.
you leave the money there. And I was like, oh yeah, yeah, you're right. So it was like I was getting these intuitions, and the knowings that I get, that it was like, yeah, this is something you need to do. And then I was watching Tarot by Janine, and
Hmm.
her latest video, she talks about how um, she's people are saying that she's been saying that you can leave the money in the bank, and she's saying that's not what I said. So she did the cards, and the question was, should people start taking the money out of the bank? And the card said, yes, you need to take action. And so I was like, okay, I'm in the right path, like I just needed Maree to like kick me in the butt
I
and
was
just
just
kind
being,
of.
because I don't like telling, I will not tell anyone what to do. I'll just drop subtle hints and just say, sit with this and see what your feelings are or whatever. But yeah, you had got it. You got it straight away.
Yeah,
So
yeah. I was going more with the trust factor. Like I trust I'll be
yeah,
okay.
yeah,
You
of
know what I'm
course.
saying? So that's why I was like, nah, but not understanding that I'm still supporting the bad system, right?
It's the
So
energy behind it.
yeah,
Yes. So,
yeah,
so yeah, it's up to everybody to do whatever you want to do. And
yeah,
we always say this, and
yeah, yeah.
but yes, I don't want to
Not
support a
really.
system that has kept us in slavery forever. Love it.
So
Entertainment purposes only.
yeah. So, but yeah, it's so that's kind of what I've
Good.
been working on. And tomorrow, because my bank is not where I'm located, I have to drive to Orlando. So
Oh,
I'll take care of
okay.
everything then. But
Yep.
yeah,
Well done.
it's interesting times are
Look,
coming.
I agree. And I have so much, I know it sounds crazy. I have so much excitement.
Yeah, me
Just,
too.
this innate excitement. And it's
Me
not
too.
something I've felt before around this whole situation, like to this level. So yeah, it's just this faith that, yeah, everything actually is going to be okay. And
Yes.
solidifying that within myself, and trusting. It was beautiful. I had my friend here for 3 days, and magic always happens when we're together. You know how sometimes when you're with someone else, that vibration really creates incredible stuff. And like we were doing some kinesiology, and it was like, oh yeah, this is exactly what I was getting, and it's so nice to have it confirmed. And then when I was saying to Elisa, guys, we were out all day sort of looking at just different beautiful where we'd want to live on the beach, and then came home and watched this movie, and everything we talked about during the day, down to even something as silly as dragon fruit, was in this movie, everything. And we were just looking at each other, cracking up, going, you cannot make this stuff up. Everything is being mirrored back to us that we're putting out there, however it happens. And it was just so beautiful to sort of see how we'd spent that day or 2 days, how we'd spent that in this joy and in this creative aspect.
Yeah. It's just interesting times, interesting times. And we all decided to come here at this time. So here we are.
Here we are. And we're doing more than we know. And I absolutely know this, just even with this energy that's come through, that is coming through continuously, and especially enhanced, with that massive moon and the lunar eclipse and everything. It's still with us, that energy. I mean, I was still feeling that, type feeling with the energy coming in and having to ground. And I don't know about you guys, but I was finding I was a little bit tired through the day, even though I'd had a really good sleep and was eating really well. So I don't know if anyone else has been impacted still, but we're bringing it in and we're grounding that beautiful energy in and really holding a space. So I know our souls did agree to come here and to be this for this time period.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So hang in there, guys. Trust. And if you trust, you will be okay.
Yeah. So true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay. So I have been forgetting to do the readings in the beginning of the show.
Yes.
So if you guys can put 888 on the chat, I want to see lots of eights, lots of abundance coming in. And we'll pick someone. And while we get the 888s, I'm going to ask the question, is stevia a natural alternative form of birth control?
Isn't this interesting? I'd never heard of this. Where did you hear this from, Elisa?
From my friend.
Yeah. Okay. How interesting. So
he always tells me these things and I'm like, really? No. And then I'm like, oh, well, it would be good to ask in the
you can ask the cards. Yeah. So, but I actually I don't often look at the headings. I often just come on but I actually, that one jumped out at me today. Now, because of my background in science, obviously, and because I've actually had clinical papers published, I've been a co-author on clinical papers. I went, this is intriguing me. So I went into PubMed. I had a look to see if there was actually any clinical evidence. What I found was I don't know if anyone knows what stevia is, but it is a natural sweetener. So it's not a man-made sweetener. It is a natural sweetener that comes from the plant that's been used for hundreds, thousands of years, whatever. But so I went in to have a look, and there was only one publication, I think it was 1968, and they tested with rats, and they gave them exponential amounts, huge amounts of this stevia, and it did affect apparently their breeding, by about 48 to 58%. But the amounts they were giving them, it was like probably giving them a whole big bottle of it for a tiny little mouse and rat. So I just kept looking, and there was some other things that were done, but they didn't show that. So what's happened is this has been banned apparently because of that one study, which is actually not even relative to the dosages that humans would be taking. So I went, yeah, this is not being looked at. And because, of course, there's probably not a lot of money in it, there's no company that's going to take it on to do a proper clinical trial with it.
Yeah.
So let's see what the cards say.
Yeah.
And let's see. But that I wanted to know the science behind it this time, and which I've never done before. With
anything. That's good. I can't wait to see what comes out, because he was saying that it was being used as a form of birth control without us knowing. Like, it was introduced to us. That's why stevia came out from nowhere, like as a natural sweetener, and it was on purpose to.
Okay, let's see if that's the case.
To affect.
First of all, let's see if it actually can decrease your chances of maybe, getting pregnant, whether it's male or female. Let's just see. That one's hot. There. Beautiful. we've got our Nine of Swords, unnecessary worry. So this one always tells me that if anyone's worried about it, you don't need to be. The World, because this has been used in the world, like I said, for a long, long time. So there's no need to worry about it. It doesn't do that. So I'm just going to continue now. I'm going to actually reshuffle and ask the question if that was the intention, though, if that was they thought, oh, this might actually, work as some sort of contraceptive. So it's going to and see if that was the intention it was put out with. So no, there was definitely that unnecessary worry card for people that were worried about it.
And guys, that's the only question I have for today. So you might want to start putting your questions on the chat. And if you don't have any, think of some.
Yeah, exactly. No, beautiful. So we've got our Knight of Swords. So this is, it's a clean cut story. The Hermit, I was just going to say to everyone, always go inside, find your own answer, that I'm not getting that it's an issue. And then we've got the Star. So this to me is balance emotionally. Just look at what you're doing. If when you're trying to get pregnant or whatever, you really need to be mindful of what you're putting into your body anyway. So, but to me, this is like find your own truth. But to me, there's no problem because of this card here. This is always a card to me of truth, of the story's okay. It's bringing, but it's definitely find your own story with that. I wouldn't have an issue with it personally if I was to take it when I was trying to get pregnant. So no, it wasn't done deliberately. But you can understand why people ask these questions because so much has been.
Yes, exactly.
So,
exactly.
Yeah.
So. All right. So today, Miss Teresa gets the reading.
Oh, hey, Teresa. Okay, let me just do my usual tuning in through my higher self, through the energy connection that we all have. And I'm just tuning into Teresa with my intention through her higher self, just to see if there's anything that we can bring through for her that might help her at this time. Okay. So, Teresa, I'm going to now do the cards, but it's so interesting. I always get a little image of the person, and it's almost like I feel like it's not even a rebirth. It's like you're creating something new for yourself is what I was getting. It's like you'd sort of split in two, then this beautiful new aspect of you has come through. So this is, and it's really light. So let's just see what the cards say for you. So it's deep, and it's also it's almost coming from the ground. So I'm feeling through you. So I'm feeling that this is quite new for you, and it's through all this beautiful energy that we've had coming onto our beautiful Earth plane at the moment. So yeah, Six of Wands, honey. This is a victory card. So whatever you're doing, it's working, even though you may not feel it. Oh, Ace of Wands. Oh my God, I'm getting goosebumps everywhere. Ace of Wands. Yes, what you're doing is perfect. Don't put doubt in your own mind. Just keep giving yourself, oh wow, this is awesome. Yes, I can do this. Definitely whatever you're doing, it's perfect. So, and I was going to say, it may have felt uncomfortable going through this process. We've got that Hermit card again. And it doesn't hurt to still just go inside and ask questions, and then ask God or higher self, whatever it is you work with, to come through to clear anything or to shift something that may have been there subconsciously, but you're doing it really well. Nine of Pentacles, one of my favorite cards. Very abundant, very unique. You're doing it your way, and it's really working for you. So, it's really, I can't believe this. You just got the Three of Cups, which is a celebration card emotionally. So, and I'm feeling this almost like this love and this joy coming through for you. So don't question what you're doing. Just do it. That you're doing it beautifully. So if you've had any doubts or whatever, oh no, you're bringing through some really powerful energy, and at Wheel of Fortune, it's time for you to shift and change into this whole new aspect of you you've created. It's beautiful. These are really amazing cards, Teresa. So I don't know, let us know what's been going on for you, but I can feel it and I can see the shift and change in you. So yeah, if you're maybe getting some stuff still showing up around you in your reality that's not to your liking, that's going to change. because of the energetic shift you've done.
Beautiful.
So let us know. Yeah.
Beautiful.
They are beautiful cards. Beautiful.
All right. Well, it so happens our first question is from Teresa.
Okay.
Have the dragons returned but have taken on a different shape than before? If not yet, will they be taking on a different form shape when they do return? What a wonderful question.
It's a beautiful question. What are your thoughts, Elisa, with this?
Yes, I definitely think they have returned. Octavia started actually channeling the white dragon, a white dragon energy.
Beautiful.
Starting like yesterday or today. So it's just weird that this question's coming up because I believe so for sure.
Yeah. And I agree. As we become lighter and lighter and more able to interdimensionally travel or to be more connected in through these veils that are just really literally tiny passageways into other dimensions, of course we're going to have this amazing communication and be able to see. It's like when I'm talking to angels or whatever, I can see them. And it's going to be this similar thing. And who knows if they'll even come through physically in time for us, because we can interchange through our expansion of consciousness. So again, yesterday we were driving and there was a truck quite close to the back of my friend as she was driving. And she was going, oh, and I went, stop. I said, bring up your dragon. And so she did. And literally within about 20 seconds, the truck had backed off. It's such a powerful power, this dragon. So we can actually work with our own internal dragon energy as well. So,
yes.
But, yeah. So that's
they're amazing protectors. I'll tell you that.
They're powerful, man. So powerful. And I love it every time. Instead of getting anxious and frustrated with drivers or whatever, I just bring up my dragon now. I sit there going, let's see how long this takes. It's fun. So you don't have to ask the dragon to go anywhere. You don't have to push it anywhere. You literally hold that dragon energy within your being.
Yeah.
And then it does its magic.
That's beautiful. So her next question was, if will they take a different shape when they return? Or now that they're here, I guess, will they take a different form or shape?
I'm going to check in with Jasper with this one and get some images from him. So I'll just ask Jasper, can you just give us some idea about what we call dragons, if they are perceived visualization of dragons, if that will actually change? Oh, straight away, he's just going, their energy is so powerful, they can morph into whatever they want. Oh, my God, you should feel the energy coming through with this. They can morph. And he showed me like a caterpillar going into a butterfly, but they can go through this morphing process very, very rapidly. So, yeah, they can morph into whatever. Oh, man, the energy coming through with that, it is powerful. And I think because we're just even talking about the energy of the dragon, it brings through its own energy.
Wow.
Whew, that was, great question, Teresa.
Yeah, for sure. Great question. All right, Wolf Love. Was King Charles actually a fake in the coronation? Let's see what it tells us about the coronation of King Charles.
I know, right? So the first thing we need to ask is, maybe, is what we call the real King Charles still here on the earth plane?
Yeah.
Shall we check on that first?
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. There was one aspect. I did actually see a bit of a video on it. Did you see the Grim Reaper walking across the middle?
So there's a question about the Grim Reaper here. Yeah.
Okay,
so let's ask about that.
Let's just check first to see if who we know of as the King Charles, or the Charles, Prince Charles as he was, if he's still on this earth plane or if he's gone. Okay. I think he's gone, because this is my military card. So this is,
He's been picked up.
Yeah. And look, Queen of Pentacles. So when you look at a queen, she's actually looking at her reality and contemplating it. So I would say he was part of that whole process. King of Wands. So there's been action taken. Look at that, the Queen and the King military card. I think we know what this is saying to us, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So, and the Fool. So there's something new in place that isn't what he was.
The show that we're watching.
Yeah. So that's
so since we're talking about the coronation, then let's ask about this Grim Reaper that walked by. I mean, I feel like it's a movie. It's part of the movie, so it's the good. My opinion, it's the good guys creating a movie for us to go. Wait, what was that? Like for
Comms.
the, yeah.
Comms, some sort of comm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So because it was actually that, I think someone had put it up from like a news, it was like a mainstream media news situation that it came up on, and they didn't comment on it.
Of course.
I was like, did you guys just not notice that thing just like flicking across? So we're going to see if this was maybe, set up by what we would call the white hats, and if it was a comm. Oh, that's a hot card. Yep. Got the lover's card. This is when everything's like it's coming together. It's a it's something that is a joint effort. Wheel of Fortune. It's helping us to shift perspective, to move, to move into a new place. I think it's that one that wants to come up. Yeah. So what it's doing is it's creating chaos in people's minds. Like that Five of Swords is all about they're fighting within themselves to see what is going on, and then we've got the Hierophant. It's showing. This to me is the dark hats. It's showing who they were. So people are starting to question, well, what is this? Why would this be happening? So yeah, I absolutely do feel, yes, Four of Swords. So it's still secret. Like they're doing it very surreptitiously, aren't they? So there's still a lot of secrets, but people are asking questions. That Five of Swords is people asking questions. Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting.
Okay.
Interesting. Okay, so let me go back. So this I don't think we can answer from Maple Tree because the cards don't give us like names.
No.
So where did the reptilians were born? What universe or galaxy did they come from? So I'm not sure if maybe Jazzy has any information.
I can tune in and just see. Whew. Okay, it's really interesting because he's showing me back. It's maybe one aspect of Orion is what I'm seeing, because I'm seeing the 3 stars and then one of the first stars or something, or the first aspects of that. That's where he's taking my attention, is to that. So that, but there's smaller other places as well, but that's the main one he's showing me. So it's some aspect of Orion.
Okay.
I can't remember the name.
Somewhere in Orion.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, very cool.
So thanks, Jazzy.
Okay. Kat says that she's super connected to White Dragon. So yeah, the White Dragon is, I'm sure there's many, but they're very powerful. They're all of them, really. Okay. The next question by Starlight Waters by Joanna Lee. Hello, everyone. Love and blessings. When will the RV happen for Tier 4 humanitarians, the internet group, so we can share the wealth with the world? Please and thank you. Okay. So how do you want to do this? Do you want to use kinesiology or the cards?
Yeah, I might. And Starlight Waters, I'm finding at the moment it's really frustrating with times, because everything is event driven and timelines are shifting and changing. So I'm very, very hesitant in giving a timeline. To me, what I was doing on the weekend with my friend, we were out creating as if it's already happened. So it's like, the more we create, the more we tune into that energy, then
the faster it will come.
Yeah. So it's really knowing it, rather than going, oh, I don't know if it's going to happen. Oh, when's it going to happen? Let's drop into, hey, how amazing. What is it I want to be able to experience with this? So shift up that thought patterning a little bit. So, I mean, okay, I will tune in with my kinesiology and see if I can get anything where we're at right now in this timeline. Okay, so it could change. So I don't want anyone to hold me to these timelines. Thank you.
Yes, because it's been shifting. I mean, right? We've been talking about this behind the scenes, and first it was January, then it was March or April, and then now it's moved to.
For Tier 4, I got it again. It's August for Tier 4 this year. But like I said, don't hold on to that. You just got cat attacked. So while Elise is sorting out Indy's little expose,
Okay, I'm back.
she's back. That's so cute. Yeah, so I would just start imagining now. This is how we create. We feel it, we imagine it. And I used to do this. I used to walk up and down the beach and go, oh, I really like that. I don't like that. Oh, I do like that place. Or then the house that I actually came up for me was everything I'd wanted. It was unbelievable when I was living on the beach for about 3 years at one stage. And so this is how we do it. We have to create. So create from now. That would be my words of wisdom.
I
As
would,
in,
I also have the words of wisdom is just like we got these things pushed back, we can move them back up.
correct.
So, in my mind, since I heard the August date, I'm like, okay, no, we're gonna, just like it moves back, I'm gonna move it back in.
Exactly. And we're all on different timelines. We'll merge in with that aspect of ourselves or that vibration of us that is meant to be within people that are in the same vibration. I'm living that world. I'm already, like I said, I've been out shopping. I've been out, well, where would I want this land to be where I can actually bring in a place to help animals and to help people to, heal or whatever it is they need to do. So I'm already doing that. So don't wait.
And that is the fastest way to bring it in, is for all of us to stay in that space of, I already have it. How, when I have it, like, what do I need to do right now? Oh, I need to know, the business plan or the whatever, or like, what am I and get into the details. Like, you have it. It's in your hands.
Yeah. So, and I'm not a detail-orientated person. I go by my feelings and visualization. So depending how you work. So Lisa is very detail-orientated. So for her, that works. And so I just ask God, I go, okay, let's have a little look and see what's available with land. And I just look around and then I feel into it and this and that. So it's just fun. I'm keeping it really light and really fun for me, because if I went into detail, I'd go insane, because that's not my strength. Whereas for Lisa, she's really amazing at that.
Well, I can't say that I am anymore. I'm not a Virgo anymore. So the only details I have done is just like, oh, I'm going to do this for this person. Oh, I'm going to do this for that person. That's as far as I've gone. No more details than that.
Oh,
but
okay.
I do have a friend, Barbara, who she's had the business plan, and she's written down like every detail. It's got a binder. So, whatever works for you, that puts you in that space of creating what you want to create.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. And we're all beautifully unique. So,
Yes. All right. So the next question, is there a planet in the Pleiades near Taygeta named Dakota?
Okay. So, Lorianne, I have not heard of either of those planets. So I'm going to use my kinesiology with this, if that's okay. Have you heard of these, Elisa, at all?
Taygeta? Yeah.
You have? Okay.
Dakota, so I don't remember if that's
near Taygeta, called Dakota. I'm getting it's not a solid yes. So I would say that it may be in a different position maybe, or it maybe have a different relevance to maybe what you're feeling. But Laurie, I'm just getting this huge amount of energy coming in through the top of my head. It's so hot. If you could feel the top of my head now, it's like because of that question. So there's definitely some energy associated with that. There's definitely some truth in that, yes. So that's what I'll give you. Whew.
And I'm getting my implant is active right now. So
it's interesting, isn't it? When we start talking about things, the actual energy that's now coming in through it, because we're so much more connected, our connection through to higher self, into our oversoul, in with God, the source, it's much more open. And so this is what's happening. This is why I love this show, because people come on and bring out gorgeous questions like this, and it makes you tap into it. And it's something I would never have thought to have done, because I'd not heard of Dakota. So
yeah. Okay, very good. All right, Lady Hawk, who created Jasper into his shape, and what time period was he formed in?
Okay, Jazzy, it's all about you, baby. All right. He's going, hee, hee, hee. Well, where I got Jasper from, I actually know that it was owned by this beautiful Chinese lady, and she was married to was he South African? And he was a geologist. And she loved crystals, and he loved finding the crystals and then having them formed. So he actually got this done. Let me see if I can remember properly. Was it Sri Lanka? He actually found someone that does crafting, like crystal skull crafting, and he got him done. I think it was in Sri Lanka, and then he would get them brought back over to Australia. So this was all done through this one geologist and his wife, his beautiful Chinese wife that loved crystals. So he's not something that's just been done mass produced. He was definitely hand produced. And I brought him probably about 12 years ago, and it would have probably not been long before that. So, but yeah, so this is that's, I don't know how old he is as far as the earth goes. He's going, I'm infinite. Sorry, he sees things in a different way. So, oh yeah, he's infinite. But his name's Jasper. He told me that straight away, which is really rare for a crystal skull. Straight away, just started talking to me like, "Hi, my name's Jasper." He was just chatting, and then I found out months later that he has Jasper through him, and it makes this crystal have a deeper connection into the cosmos. So he actually then told me that the beings, or the connection of source, is through almost the center of what we would call our universe energetically. So so that's Jasper. So I hope that's what you meant, Lady Hawk. But thank you for asking, and he's very happy. He's having a giggle.
All right, the next question by Lorianne. Does the Andromedan Council exist? And if so, do they have a main biosphere?
Okay, so Elisa, can I just confirm with you, a main biosphere, would Lorianne be meaning like where they live, like a energetic realm? Is that what that means, do you think? Sorry, I just like to get it really clear because I'm not sure what that means.
No idea.
Okay, Lorianne, we'll answer the first part of the question, if the Andromedan Council exists, and then maybe just give us a little bit more clarity around what you're considering a biosphere. Bio is two, I think, or biology. It's obviously a realm of some sort. So yeah, let's find out. But can I tell you a quick story before I do answer this? It was fascinating because I know I've always had a connection to Andromedans, but I didn't know why. And I was having a friend did a healing once, and she said at the end of the healing, she said, it was really weird, Maree. The Andromedans came through and said they wanted to say hi to you. And I went, okay, I don't know anything about them. And it was probably about 5 years later, I was having dinner with a friend of mine, and her husband, we went out for dinner together. Her husband stayed home, but he'd just been overseas, and he brought me this beautiful praying mantis in jade or something, and I just felt I had to wear it that night. And we were sitting there having dinner, and all of a sudden this energy started coming through, and I just turned around and looked at her and I said, I have to do light language. I have to build some portals and vortexes. They're coming in. And I was just doing this light language. Luckily, we were in a booth. No one could sort of see us. I was doing this light language, and this energy was coming in. They were trying to come in through me. I had to go, nope. I'm building you a portal. You can come into the earth through this portal. It's okay. So I had to redirect them. And I knew they were Andromedans. It was like finally the earth had reached this point of consciousness where the Andromedan consciousness could come in. And this kept happening I was driving home, and they were coming in again. And I went, So I did more portals. And then the image I got was this was happening around the world with particular people. After I'd done all this, it took about probably 10 minutes. I turned around and looked at her, and she was crying. She had tears streaming down her face. I said, what's wrong with you? She went, you have no idea, do you? She said the energy that was coming through was incredible. It was so heart-based, but it was powerful. And I went, oh, no, I just knew what to do. It was one of the weirdest moments, and that was with the Andromedans. So they're definitely here. Their consciousness is definitely here. So they exist. Yeah. I will say yes to that, Lorianne, just from my experience.
Yes. So what she was saying was biosphere, like their own planet or a ship, like a ship.
Yep, just somewhere
sometimes where ships are as big as planets. So
exactly, and the ships are made of consciousness. So yes, that can absolutely. Do you want me to do the cards for this one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Let's just see.
Does the Andromedan Council exist?
And do they have their? Okay. Let's just check to see if they're somewhere where they tend to gather or whatever. Ooh. Ooh. Oh my God, this is crazy. Yeah, they do, because we've got this card, which to me is it's truthful. It's something that can happen, that almost military. And we've got that again. So it's their contemplation of their reality. The sun. I was just going to say they're able to create what they need. That sun card is all about creating joy, their heart, very, very heart connected. So yeah, they can create exactly what they need, where they need to be. Nine of Cups. That's exactly just confirming that. So their desires, their wishes, they actually can create that for themselves, and they do have a place or being where they feel balanced. Two of Wands. This is finding a place of balance. And look at the World card. So yeah, they have their own place and space within our universal energy.
Oh, fantastic. Good confirmation. All right, going back. Okay, let's see if we can understand this question. Is the Grim Reaper the same as Azrael, or is it another male angel?
Yeah, so if you know anything about this, jump in, Elisa. From my understanding, my memory, Azrael is the angel of God that helps people to transition through, I think. Mapletree, I'm pretty sure that's what the Azrael angel is known as. So that could be seen as the Grim Reaper by people on Earth, depicted as someone that's coming to take them away. So let's just see what the cards say, maybe. But yeah, from my memory, Azrael is the angel of transition. Yeah, 10 of Wands. So this is when something's nearly finished. So it's an action card. It's not quite finished. So it looks like that energy may come through. Queen of Wands. That's confirming to me. I really trust the Queen of Wands. So the action card. So this angel, this angelic presence, is a, what's the word? Is an aspect of that. So we've got our King of Cups. So I feel, even when I was talking about the Grim Reaper and Azrael, I feel that something's been hidden. It's like our perception of it could be different, because that King of Cups can be a little bit, there's something hidden. So, yeah, but no, I feel it's got our Knight of Swords again. So to me, there's truth in this. It's bringing through something that's can help our mind stay clear about it. I feel it's the same being. It's our perspective of it.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Okay, very cool.
So,
okay, let's see. Barbara, that's a great question. Have we moved off of Earth and are on another realm in another universe?
That's a great question. Wow. Okay. Whew. Well, remember, like us, like we've got so many other lifetimes going on at the same time. Oh, and by the way, Elisa, I loved your interview with Al.
Yes.
And it was like, yep, this is absolutely what I get shown as well. And it was just so resonated. It was beautiful.
Yes.
So it was lovely. And exactly, as I've always said, I don't like the word past lives. I actually like other lifetimes, because everything's happening now, and we've got all these different trajectories of who we are with the decision we've made. We could have shifted that and still be experiencing this timeline. So, and maybe this is what's happened with the Earth as well. She's her own consciousness. She's a being. So, are we all just on an Earth realm that it reflects our consciousness and our vibration? Let's have a look and see if we've actually moved off what we consider Earth. See, this is the problem. We have such a different perspective to maybe what's happening energetically. So let's just see. Oh, yeah, you want to come up. Oh, we've got a Tower card. So I feel that there has been a moment where we've shifted. We've done this shift in energy, and so is the Earth. So it's like we would be attached or connected to that aspect of Earth, because then we've got our Page of Swords. So it's not, like I said, it's not exactly, we can't just imagine ourselves on Earth and then not on Earth. It's not like that. It's more subtle, and that's what the Page of Swords tells me. It's like the story isn't quite like,
it's not as linear as we think it is, I think.
And it's really hard.
Yeah, it's really hard for us to understand really how it works.
But then we've got our Six of Wands. I love this card because it's taking us across from one place, across water, to a better place. So, yeah, it looks like we've done a shift, Barbara, but how we describe it is all about what our perspective is. So, yeah, we have done some sort of shift. King of Pentacles.
Yeah.
We're creating our own reality through that perfectly. So, yeah. So it's still, I feel it's still earth energy. It's just the vibration that we are connected to and relating to.
Very good.
But this is the sort of questions where it's really worthwhile, guys, taking a little bit of time, dropping in and seeing how you resonate with that, because your perspective could be very different.
Very good. All right, Teresa, were the Arcturians on an AI creation and have now been removed from our universe? Oh, that's a new one.
It's a really new concept.
Right? I'd like to hear the cards on that.
I know. And I mean, who knows? This is why we have to be so open-minded, is to go, well, maybe we're all AI. And
don't take me down that route, Maree.
I know.
Don't take me your
But it's crazy. Can I tell you another experience I've had with AI beings, like other terrestrial beings?
Yeah, of course.
So I was sitting there and I'd broken my arm. This was about 4 or 5 years ago. I'd broken my arm and I was just sitting meditating. And the next minute I felt this thing on my shoulder. And I went, oh, that's a hand. And I went, no, that's a really long, spindly fingered hand energetically. And I went, not sure about this one. So I tuned in but it felt really benevolent. It felt good. And I went, yeah, still not sure. And then my friend later on was doing a session with me and he went, Maree, it's coming up that you're actually spiritually discriminating. And I went, he said, I've never heard of this. And I went, oh. And he went, what would that mean? And I went, I said, I've been visited by these beings and they've got these long, spindly fingers and it's freaking me out. And he went, you're discriminating. And I went, yeah, I am. So I had to stop and change my perspective and go in and make sure it was safe for me to connect in. There was 2 of them. I could feel them. And I did. And they were so excited. They were going, oh, finally. And they sort of came through a lot more. And their energy was beautiful. It was really healing. It was really soothing on my arm. I felt that their energy was very healing. And then they started to show me what they did. And they were actually, what's the word? Very technological. They were made, that part of them was made of like metal that we don't know, we've not got here on Earth. And so they were a little bit AI, quite a bit AI, which was freaking me out because I always said, I'll never have anything AI in me. Blah, blah. And they were showing me what they could do with that though, and how their consciousness was actually of love, even though they were this AI. And they got themselves, they showed me one stage, they were like a silver box. That's how they could appear as. It was crazy. So I got through my spiritual discrimination and my judgment of AI beings. So they were showing me that there can be very benevolent, beautiful AI beings as well. And yeah, and then I sort of, talked with them for a few more weeks and then it just dissipated. But the message I got was I had been that being as well. I had experienced that lifetime too. So why would I judge myself?
What's interesting is I did have a session with someone who was a robot, half human. And he didn't know, was he robot, but didn't have I can't remember. Yeah. All I know is the story was that during this session, he saw how as a robot, he started having consciousness and started having feelings. And how he started realizing that what he was being told to do was wrong. So it was such a beautiful story of like, of just, like being AI or being a robot, but then becoming and having consciousness. So yeah, it was really cool.
I know. And that's why for me, I'm always so grateful and thankful to my computer, to my car, to everything, because I know it has a consciousness, even though it may not be on this same level that we have a complicated mind, but it has a consciousness and it feels your love. And so I learned a lot from these 2 spindly fingered beings. So okay, let's check to see if the Arcturians were an AI creation.
Yeah.
First up, Teresa. See, for me, I think it's quite normal when all this stuff happens and I forget to sort of tell people.
So when you get the cards for that,
Yep.
Starlight Waters just wanted to ask for clarity. I think Lori said the RV would happen this year. I think Elisa's camera fell and I couldn't hear the answer. So
Oh,
basically what Maree is intuiting right now, her kinesiology and all of that is saying August. But again, I'm saying just like it went from January to March to May to August, just like it moves out, we can move it back in.
yeah.
So we need to be really mindful that that's just a date and we have the power to change it back. So um, we probably need to start, like we said, just acting like it's already here, and maybe we're able to pull that back more.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, closer to June.
Absolutely. And again, it's event driven it's as well. So yeah. So okay, so were they AI creations? So the first card up is our Five of Pentacles. So to me, this is almost like um something that's been out in the cold. You can see they're out in the snow. There's this beautiful big church window behind them. The five is about change of reality. I feel that they maybe were a separate type of entity or beings. Then our Page of Wands. This is when something's new, something's being created, but I'm not feeling that it's AI, because then we've got our Ace of Pentacles. So to me, this is something, I always see that beautiful white hand coming through with the pentacle, which is almost a gift from God. So whatever, it was created with intention. So Arcturians were created with intention, and to me, it's not AI. So yeah, King of Wands. Just picked a card up then. King of Wands. So to me, this is truthful. It's an action that's been taken by someone of very high, what's the word? High integrity. So no, I mean, it doesn't matter if they are made from AI. After my experience, it's fine. But the cards are not saying that that's actually how it happened. So
Okay. All right. And Kathy was saying that she loved your story and got emotional hearing it. So
yeah, thanks, Kathy. I know, and like I said, I forget, because once it's happened, and it's almost like a part of my soul or DNA knows what to do. It's finished. It's like, I think Kathy was talking about the Andromedan story, and yeah, it's like it's finished then, and it's got done, and that's why I was so shocked when my friend was sitting next to me crying her eyes out. It was like, what? So yeah, thank you.
okay, let's see if I can. Okay, here we go. Okay, question. Is there a chief medical officer named Azar on a ship who has all the multidimensional records of all the star seeds on Earth right now? Interesting.
Wow, Laurie Ann, you're bringing them on today. Okay. I'm going to use my kinesiology for this to see if we can get some clarity. So, okay, first of all, I'm going to check to see if what we would call a chief medical officer, which is, someone obviously like a officer on a ship called Azar. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
There's something around that that's not truth. It's whether it's is it his name? Yeah, it's the name. So the name is obviously not come through correctly, whatever it is. But I'm going to ask in general, is there an aspect or someone or something that is actually holding records of all the star seeds on Earth right now?
Chief medical
Yeah.
officer. That sounds made up.
Yeah,
A title made up, like a made up human title.
and that's why I was getting it. That wouldn't be called that, but it's like we could relate that to something like in that type of position. But it's saying no for that. But there is a record of all the star seeds, and I'm going to ask: is this for everyone or every being? Yeah. So it's not just the star seeds on Earth right now. And I mean, this could be what we call the Akashic records as well. Remember, there is always, we've heard of these Akashic records that hold memories of everything or recordings of everything. So yes, yeah, there would be recordings of who we are and where we are. And we would hold that within us anyway, because, that's, we're powerful beings. So, but it doesn't sound right that it's actually this chief medical officer. So,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Okay, very good. Okay, so that's all the questions I see right now. So do we want to ask if it's um if it is the Akashic records that these people are referring, and maybe they're using a different
just a terminology.
name?
Yeah, let's check. We can check with the cards for that. We'll get a, we can ask, is this what the Akashic records actually do per se? I mean, because my understanding is that Earth is an experiment and it does hold, DNA. It's like a plant seed. When you got all those beautiful seeds from each plant, the original plants, we actually hold that here on Earth. Oh, which is pretty cool. So let's just ask, is it the Akashic records or something similar that actually does hold like a record library? Is it, is it like a library, Akashic records? Is that like the library? Wow, interesting, because we've got our 9 of Swords, which is, don't worry, this is like, we don't need to stress, it's all taken care of. And then we've got our 7 of Wands. Now, this to me is about actually fighting for something spiritual. So it's like something is being fought for. So this is really interesting. But then, 10 of Pentacles. So there's definitely lots and lots of whatever it is that we're talking about that is in a safe place, because the 10 to me is a very secure, safe place. So I'm not worried. I feel it would be something like the Akashic records. We've got our military boy again. He's been coming up today, that Knight of Swords. Mm-hmm. So to me, it feels like everything's safe and protected. Yeah, wherever it is.
Saying like it's supposed to be a being that watches over all the star seeds and keeps track of their locations and info.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
I could see that.
Is that true? Well, it's just the name and the way it was put across. We've got an Ace of Pentacles, so I feel there would be energies or beings that would actually maybe, like the Akashic records, the Halls of Amenti, all of those places, they would actually have probably beings that do look after them or care for them.
Yeah.
So that would make sense. Yeah.
Okay. I found some questions I had. Oh, Lady Hawk had a question. I'm not sure how the cards can answer, but is there anything specific someone can do to help focus creativity?
Well, this is your little area, I think, Elisa. You're very good at this, aren't you?
I notice that when I meditate, I get some really amazing ideas. And I think it's because I'm open. Like when you're meditating, you're really kind of just wide open and all this information comes in. Yep. So I would say meditate.
Yep.
That would be my answer.
Absolutely. And I mean, people sometimes get a bit scared when they hear the word meditate, but in actual fact, sometimes it can just be contemplating. And, you just ask more and more questions about something, and then all these new ideas might come to you by allowing ourselves to get out of our box, get out of our perspectives, and be able to look around, like Elisa said, being very open. So writing as well. Sometimes I find if I'm just doodling, you know how you get a pen and paper and you start doodling, and then
journaling,
a journal. Then a question will come through, and it's like, okay, I hadn't really thought of that. I wonder what would happen with that. Find whatever your way of bringing that through is. So our navel or sacral chakra is often where our creativity will come from. So and that's related to the throat. So the 2nd and the 5th chakra work together energetically. So sometimes just singing or humming, I find just singing will often, make me look at things differently and bring something through. So just play around with what works for you.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so Maple Tree wants to know if Jasper can tell us if there are beings from the Triangulum galaxy incarnated now. And I think we already had looked into the Triangulum galaxy.
Yeah, I can't remember. Okay, Jasper. Okay. They're not being expressed on Earth. I mean, we've got seeds from everywhere, but they're not sort of specifically being expressed on Earth. He's showing me. It's like, I mean, we've got shapes here that are triangular, aren't we? Haven't we? But yeah, it's not a being per se.
Yeah. So they're
No,
not okay.
no. He's not
Okay.
showing me that. He's showing me that it's different realms.
Okay.
Mm.
Very cool. All right. So there's a couple of things I had here from a while back. So one is stating that the U.S. Treasury took over the Federal Reserve from the Vatican Bank back in 2018. Is
Yeah.
that true?
Okay. Do you want me to use cards?
Mm-hmm.
Kinesiology cards? Okay. Let's do cards on that. Oh, one wants to come out. I just have to put it out there. We'll have a look at that in a minute. All right. So is the Treasury taken over Federal Reserve? Looks like it. Oh, and this card is the one that like fell out and I kept it to the side. Yeah, the deal's been done. Look at that. 2 of Cups. Definitely that deal's been done. And the Knight of Cups is when it's come out in a small way to emotionally help us feel more stable. Like some people have heard this and know this and whatever. But most people, the High Priestess card is there. To me, there's still a lot of secrecy around that. Like it's been told, but not like through mainstream media or to anyone that's asleep. They
So
haven't
that's
heard it yet.
2018, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. That's 5 years ago.
Yep.
Oh my God.
Yep.
Okay. The new capital of the United States is possibly Texas.
Whew, let's have a look and see. There's certainly some weird things going on, isn't there, with Texas, with their
Yeah.
gold-backed currency wanting that and all sorts of fun things. I love Texas by the sounds of it. All right, let's see if that is a possibility that it could be. Okay, that one and that one. Well, the Hierophants come up. So this is an authority figure with control, but then the Hermit. So I would say that they're looking at it. This is actually being discussed. Yeah. At the moment, though, it's too caught up to be able to say definitely yes or no, because we've got that 8 of Swords. So there's they're not sure, but it's definitely being looked at. Yeah. So it's not an absolute.
Yeah, this said possibly. The new capital of US is
possibly
possibly in Texas.
The Queen of Pentacles, it's been contemplated. Yeah, for that.
Okay.
Or as an aspect, an important aspect of it is what I'm getting when that Queen of Pentacles is there. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So it says the new treasury is in Texas. Is that true?
Let's have a look.
And Texas applied to be part of BRICS. I want to see if that's true too, because if that's the case, that means a lot.
Well, was it? I thought it was not that they'd applied to be part of BRICS. I thought it was that they'd brought out a what do you call it? Policy that they wanted to have gold-backed currency there.
No, this is a different statement. It says Texas is going gold-backed currency as early as September 2023. Texas applied to be part of BRICS.
Wow. Okay, so the first one, we're going to do that one first?
Yeah, the new treasury is in Texas. Is that a true statement?
We've got an Emperor card, so that's pretty powerful. And then we've got an 8 of Cups. So this is walking away from something. So it's like there's something really solid.
Yeah, the treasury is walking away from where it was, and now it went to Texas.
Judgment card. So there's definitely something going on in Texas that is creating. It's going to create a lot of awakening. It's going to bring like a truth in to a situation. And a lot of people, I think, are going to be shocked because we've got that 3 of Swords. And, it's like, time. You are. So, but let's think about it. Let's be logical here. Washington, D.C. is the same as London City and same as the Vatican.
Yeah.
It's not even part of the country.
Yeah.
So, and from like some of the stuff I've seen, it's shut down, man. That thing has gone to sleep.
It's shut down.
So what's going on? the world card. So this is interesting. So there's going to be a bigger, I would say the world is saying to me, there's much more that's going to change. It's going to change the whole world, the whole scenario.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised if any of that was true. That was all true. Like,
yeah. Yeah. So
ooh,
is it true that Texas applied to be part of BRICS?
let's check that one out. God, I'm loving on this BRICS. I think it's fabulous. Oh, I mean, yeah, it's this crazy world, right? Crazy. It's just crazy. Okay, let's just see what the cards say about that one. One's hot. Cool. Well, we've got a Four of Pentacles. That always tells me there's a foundation that's being set up. It can sometimes take time. So it's definitely been thinking about it, because we've got again, these are small cards. The Page of Cups, it's a small card, but it's an offering or a message. So King of Swords, I reckon it could be true, because that King of Swords to me is a story that's been told or something that's come through. It's a decision that's been made that's coming from a very high source.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But it's been like the Nine of Wands, that to me is a long road. So like I said, that Four of Pentacles there, that is setting up a foundation, but it's taken a long time. And look at this Nine of Wands.
Yeah.
We're sort of nearly at the end, standing strong, but it's been a tough road.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So Trigel has a great question.
Yeah.
That is kind of connected. Is it true that the gold has been moved to Cheyenne Mountain?
Oh. Yeah, because you wouldn't want to leave that in Washington, would you?
Well, I don't know if they had any left there, to be honest. They probably spent it, whatever was there. But the gold supposedly was in Texas, in not El Paso. Where was it? The Alamo was supposedly where they were keeping our gold.
Okay. Interesting, because I'm also wondering what happened to all the supposed gold from under the Vatican, because remember they took that out. So let's have a look and see if there's gold. First of all, if there is gold in Cheyenne Mountain, let's just see if that's actually something that's true.
Yeah.
So,
and then Lorianne, hold your question about Goddess Pilihohua Nuamea for next time, because we'll close out with this
question.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got a feeling it has been, because we've got our Judgment card again. So there's definitely something that's been done that's actually there's been a creation of a change, because the Tower card came up next to that. So yeah, it's looking a little bit like Cheyenne Mountain could be the place where a lot of this gold is, because the Six of Cups to me is when something's being offered. It's like an emotional aspect. However, it does involve a town or a city or whatever. And then the Five of Pentacles, something's needed to change, because it was out in the cold. It was not being done in the right way. So look, I'm feeling that, Cheyenne Mountain, Four of Swords, that's something's hidden there. Yeah, I'd say there's definitely gold there.
Awesome. So, what a good way to close it out.
Yep, for sure.
Woo, woo.
So, and Elisa, can I just say to you, I don't know if everyone really understands or appreciates how much it takes to set up these shows. And I just want to thank you for you always consistent. You're always amazingly organized, on time. So thank you. So, yeah, I don't know if people know, it is actually quite a lot of work to get these shows happening. And, Elisa commits to that all the time with these shows. So I just want to thank you personally for doing that.
Oh, well, it's my pleasure. I love being with the Soul family, and I just love the questions that our people are bringing to us, and it's fun. It's this is way more fun than me sitting reading a book or doing something else. So I really do I do love it, and that's why I take time to do it.
It's true. So.
But if people haven't watched the interview with Elle, definitely watch that interview. And if you like it, please share it. There's another NDE that was sent to me about Pleiadians, somebody who saw Pleiadians in the NDE. So I'm looking to interview this person. So definitely. But anyway, I will see you guys on Thursday, and bring your questions. We love you guys.
Yeah, love you lots. Bye-bye.
Bye.